Oxygen. Dorothy leaned on the counter at the Dolphin. She had a cigarette pinched between two long and delicate fingers. The Indian and the kid were in again. The Indian kept glancing over and blowing kisses at her from behind his newspaper, as if he was going to fuck her again. The kid was going on and on the way he did with the crazy pant wetter. She walked over with the coffee pot. The Indian locked onto her hips and unabashedly stared. She felt tingly and good. That fucking Indian. More coffee? Cobb shook his head and blew her a kiss. I'll have a refill, Will said. She refilled his cup and walked back over to the waitress stand. Will continued. So if the market is going to sustain itself, then the market, it's going to have to redefine wealth. Money won't go another 100 years. It's an expired commodity. The market is no different than an individual. You see, we think about dreams when there's wood in the furnace and food in our stomachs. That's the basic exchange, right? Life on a day-by-day basis. We buy another day of life every time we wake up. If the market is going to sustain itself for another 100 years, artificial wealth must be translated back to real wealth. And I'm not talking about the gold standard here. If this keeps going the way it's going, oxygen will be a commodity within 20 years. You don't actually sell oxygen. You sell by cubic ton of carbon monoxide reduction. It works on bonds determined by accredited botanists. The way I see it, pretty soon you're going to see chartered and bonded botanists with legal power in the world. And by legal power, I mean the power to set a wealth standard on land based on oxygen production. They'll go at the formulas on this like medieval alchemists. How many trees per square foot, what kind of oxygen production, essentially every factor that would go into the measurement of oxygen. And then, if the market responds correctly, there will be a thriving market for carbon bonds. People will pay to breathe because no other transactions are possible without oxygen. Governments will have to pay money to underdeveloped countries to sustain conservation areas, and they'll get that money by taxing citizens. I find that very odd. It seems to me that the reason we came together into groups was to increase our survival factor. I mean, anthropologically. Anyhow, the market will have to redefine wealth. If a person were to start buying now, and I don't think it's too expensive yet, they could probably get land in Nicaragua, real dense and tropical forest, for maybe 50, $100 US per hectare. And I know that some of the governments like Costa Rica already give a conservation grant if you don't develop the land. I'm telling you, nature is the next big economy. It's a full circle. The whole economy is going home. Did you know eco means household from the Latin oeco? The market will correct itself, and the story will be whole again. The economy will return to a natural order, kind of like God is the chairman of the US Federal Reserve. Or, if the market doesn't correct itself, then probably, but I'm not sure, but will probably descend into anarchy and chaos. Yeah, market correction or chaos, one or the other. But from a reasonable risk position, I mean, given the possible payoff, it is possible to start thinking about an oxygen monopoly, or a significant minority position in the market. Cobb folded back his paper and looked at Will. You're not from around here, are you? No, I came here because I had a vision. A vision? Yeah. What are you doing now? Nothing. You want a job? Okay. End of chapter.